Alrighty, welcome everyone. I am Teeaboo, and I am here for the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya as Season 2, Episodes 13 and 14. Last week we watched 10, 11, 12, and we're right in the middle of filming the thing that was the video project that started off our whole journey into Haruhi. Some stuff was fun, some terrible things were done to Asahina, and then some craziness happened with a little bit of frustrated Haruhi wanting eye beams and getting them, but thanks to some quick action by Nagato Yuki, nothing terrible happened and nobody was too much the wiser. Now we're bringing in a bunch of extras to add to the proceedings, and we'll see how that goes. Let's watch these last two episodes of the season 2 of Haruhi Suzumiya. Then we've got like one or two cleanup episodes that we skipped and moved around because of timing and stuff. We've got definitely the Live Alive, and then we've got the movie, and then we're freaking done. Then that's the whole thing. And we'll talk about it at the end as a wrap for this whole journey and whether whether it was worthwhile and what was interesting about it and what I discovered about it, if anything. For now, we got episode 13 of The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya Season 2. That is a hard thing to say, just as one. Haruhi Suzumiya Season 2. Too many zzz's and hizz's. That's what we're watching. Let's watch it. Two versions, picture-in-picture in the description. Timer on YouTube. Beep, beep, timer. Let's go. Indeed. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Haruhi's pretty dumb. That's utterly ridiculous. Don't know if I can climb that. Just use your Esper powers. Phases through the wall. It must be super old. I also really like this track. It's super cool for. Hmm. Yes, yes. I know. I know so much about directing. The reflection is really great. Isn't he in frame? Cutting the lines back and forth? Hmm. Uh-huh. Surya, no. I mean, yeah. I don't know. She's been through a lot and she's pretty resilient. Uh-oh. Not again. Uh-oh. Wow, she's really into the part. Weird. You don't fight with your hands. What the fuck? Alright, rolling. Ha. Whoops. Where do they keep going? Weird. Oh, fuck. I don't know what that is, but it sounds bad. Saved all of our lives. I don't. Okay. That's the point. Of course, of course. Just in perfectly clean cuts. Nothing weird about that. Finish the project. Finish as fast as possible. Yeah, that would piss Haruhi off, and that would be terrible. Oh no! Getting to control everything, yeah. Oh boy. Clearly. That actually sounds pretty cool. Sure. Let's get to filming. That's terrifying. Alright, yeah, not gonna happen. Yeah, yeah. But you can, Kyon. You already have, to an extent. Gambare! Ah, mm. Complicated all these lines. None of it necessary. I didn't sign up for this. I didn't sign up for this. I didn't sign up for this. Suri is so into it. Right, right. Certainly can't throw her into a pool when we have laser beams in the show. It wouldn't be realistic. It wouldn't be realistic at all. Oi, oi. Yep, let it be. Poor Mikuru. Oh, we didn't get the shot. Whoops. Oh no. Oh no. That's right. Whatever. Who cares? Don't push it. Don't push Haruhi. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, hey, we're filming at Tsuruya's house. Mm-hmm. Gross. Thanks, Tsuruya. Later, you're done. Yep. Pick people up, chew through them, get rid of them. It's pretty awesome. Just, just some Yakuza stuff. No problem. Slight blush. Is it milk? Hmm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What? 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 I can't allow this to continue. You fucking what? Explain! Explain your romance! A multiple time. What? I'm just doing what I'm told. This is true. This is true. Yeah, Mikuru, you okay? Or have you fully caught a fever? Motherfuckers. Just a little bit of booze. You fucker. Yeah, do not drug people without their consent. No. No. Alright, Haruhi. Multiple steps too far right now. Heh. Aw. Taking the blame. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Let's just take a nap. Alright, how about we take a nap now? Oh, no. Don't. Well, that only happens in cartoons. Yup, too far, Haruhi. Do it, Kyon. Say something. Not a toy. Not a toy for you to play with, dude. Uh-oh. And neither do you! Yeah, not something you should do, but yeah. Ugly. Ugly, ugly moment, Haruhi. Oh, you're crazy. They are both super wrong. Yup. Oh, you can't say what you need to say, even when you're stopping abuses of other people. Everybody got carried away there. That was rough. What a difficult scene. I forgot that scene gets that rough. Holy shit. Yeah, you snapped there, man. Yep, ashamed. Okay. Wouldn't we need to film with white doves? Yeah. Nope. What she says and what she feels are totally different. Oh, it's terrifying. There was no OP this episode, was there? Change. Mm. Mm. You will be vanished. Ooh. Yeah, and Kyon's in no mood to hear this. Right. That's a cool background. Well, you live in it, so. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Flip. Such a strange conversation. Wow. Strange episode in its flow too. Yeah, but what if her side is wrong? Hmm. Another full destruction. Yeah, she's bad enough when she's ganky and positive and stuff. Sure. Could have been any number of things. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Also, it could just be time. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Huh. Yeah, I mean, it will. We know that it will. That's true. Hmm. Yeah, why is that getting on my nerves so much? Probably not. Probably has more to do with Haruhi. Yeah, man, you're acting weird. You guys have a fight? Hmm. Impossible. Doing nothing. Yep. Yep. With that moment when you realize that your projections are actually projections and you're like, oh shit, I'm mad at me. Oh no. Oh, hold it, ponytail. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's like, I didn't remember that moment at all. Playing the roles. Bam. Except you fully needed him to say that so much. Yeah, what if it's not a success? Uh-oh. Well. Hmm. It's weird. Totally out of season and strange. How did that happen? Fully making stuff up. Nope. Shh. Shh. All right, well, we're back to it. At least we're not hurting people now. That's good. There was no OP, was there? That's interesting. Okay. Well, this is quite an episode. After all of this stuff happens, we get to the scene in Saruya's house, and we get to the point where Haruhi really, really pisses me off and pisses Kyon off. We're meant to feel this way about her in this moment, and it works, and it's so well done. I mean, I hate it, and it makes me hate it, and that's really impressive that it does that. Something about the situation where Haruhi has this inexplicable, immense power, um, feels to me like a real world analogy would be when you are in a relationship or in a friendship or in some kind of like social convention based thing with somebody who has power over you and power over the world as it currently is, like conversing with a landlord or with a parent who owns the house that you're staying in, or your boss, or things like that, right? Where this person has the ability to almost on a whim eliminate a huge portion of the way that your life functions in a really terrifying way. The dynamic of that relationship changes completely, because if you do something wrong, they can call you out on it. If they do something wrong, you cannot. You simply cannot without risking everything. You have to be willing to risk the loss of everything that you have in order to actually prevent them from doing something that you find distasteful, right? So in this case, Haruhi's an extreme example because the power that she wields is literally like power over our entire universe and the ability to dissolve you, which is terrifying. But similarly, if she was treating Asahina badly and she was actually like a licensed member of a club and actually a director, or if this were a real movie production, for example, and Haruhi Suzumiya were really the director who was really in charge of the film and actually had like the budget say and the ability to dismiss actors and dismiss people, somebody on that staff, she might beat on her actor and everybody might look down as everybody does. And we show everybody in the scene just sort of looking away and just bystandering as Haruhi like first drugs Asahina without her consent, which is horrifying in its own right, and then starts whacking her with her little cone. Again, it's not like she's hitting her with a baseball bat and causing her harm, but it's still abusive behavior. It's still really freaky. And Kyon is the only one who's able to do anything, but he isn't able to be composed enough to do it in an effective way because of all of this tension that's underlying the whole sequence. It's really interesting and like socially terrifying. There's an element of genuine social horror to this discrepancy in power and the difficulty that Kyon has stepping in and trying to prevent Haruhi from causing harm to Asahina. There are so many layers to what happens in this little momentary conflict that lasts only a couple of minutes, but the entire episode spirals around it and like is thrown off course by what happens in this moment as Haruhi like gets too into this one line of thinking and Kyon tries to jump in and stop her. And when she retaliates against that with like, no, there will be no dissent. I am the director. I rule everything. None of you matter. This is mine. He is unable to, he just loses his ability to speak back to that, and he goes for physical violence, right? So there's this dissolution, this falling apart of social everything over the course of this sequence. And Koizumi, who is continuously utterly level-headed, steps in and prevents something really bad from happening. Because literally God only knows what would happen if Kyon actually raised his hand and went to strike Haruhi, because that's what he was going to do. And that's fucked, right? But so is what she's doing to Asahina and what she's already done in drugging Asahina with Amakaze. Like, that's fucked. There's a lot of fucked stuff, like really serious adult themes going on throughout this whole sequence. Beyond that, the whole direction of the sequence, we end up in these tight constrained sequences, tight constrained shots inside this boxy room with everything feeling kind of bar-like and trap-y. And we see Kyon's tension like bubbling in his stomach as she goes up to him and is doing this like, shape up, dink. Something about the way that we shoot that moment And the way that we shoot it each time makes it so impactful. The pulling back and then the dink, like, we understand implicitly that even though this isn't a painful smacking, there's something wrong here. There's something deeply wrong here, and it gets wronger and wronger. And Haruhi has no idea, right? And we highlight that with these shots as she's saying, like, oh, you have to Renshu, practice. Fist, such good expression from all the characters. And then everybody just watching Tsuri, like, what's going on? Nagato not acting. Koizumi not acting, everybody bystandering, and then we start going Dutch, Dutch, Dutch. All of the shots are flat, 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 as in they're in line with the geometry of the home. Flat, 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 and then when Dutch, he causes the instability by jumping in. Suddenly we're Dutch, we're at an angle. Where is this going to be used? Questioning, questioning, Dutch, Dutch, Dutch. Everything is Dutch. I'm not obligated to tell you. And he calls her out. You're probably not thinking this through. You're making stuff up as you go. But as people really do when they're called out on something that they're doing, she fully doubles down and just retaliates. And it's something about the way they draw her face throughout this sequence, something about the shadows in it makes her really genuinely scary in this moment in a way that we haven't seen from Haruhi before. There's venom in her words. There's bite to it, because there's bite to what Kyon is saying too. He's right, and he's not expressing it effectively, and she's wrong, and she's not taking that effectively. She's not I guess grown up enough, not composed enough. This is not okay. This is not okay. What would you know? And it just spirals out of control. There's no real point here until Asahina isn't your toy. You can't just play with her like this. And Haruhi's response is, I've decided that she is, so she is. How terrifying is that? Especially in the situation where somebody has the power to make you afraid of calling her out on that, and has the power to make it so. And that's the really horrifying thing, is that Haruhi actually has the power to make it so. The slow roll, slow roll, slow roll reflection in Haruhi's eye as he raises his fist, and Koizumi is there, and she realizes what's happening. He realizes what he's doing as well. But she just doesn't stop, right? Just do as I say. I'm all of these things. I won't allow any dissent. Okay, Dictator Haruhi. And Asahina tries to dissolve the situation drunkenly. And we see Kyon in his own mind about all of it, just being bitter, being mad, being angry about something, because he's like, this shit was wrong. This was wrong. And he was wrong too. How do you actually solve this scenario? I don't know. Because Haruhi is impossible to talk to in that way, right? It's like, it's really difficult to make this right. To roll back time and think, what should Kyon have done in these moments to prevent what was happening from happening, and to prevent himself from going overboard. I don't know. What an interesting sequence. What a really interesting scene. And then what Koizumi does is he brings Kyon out and shows him, like, oh, Haruhi's power is still real. But that's not super helpful for resolving, like, okay, her power is still real. Do we just allow her to go buck wild in the world and do whatever the fuck she wants because she has a bit of power? If she is God, do we want her to grow into a person who's willing to use other people and chew them up and spit them out like that? Like we said earlier with Taniguchi and the other guy, right? Do we really want Haruhi to be able to do that? Do we want this person to have that, that way of thinking? And do we want that for anyone, regardless of their power and their abilities? No, I don't think so. But what can we do about it? When she is that powerful, how do you get your boss, who can just fire you, to treat his employees better? How do you get your landlord, who can just kick you out, to treat you and the people who live there better? How do you deal with that? How do you deal with that discrepancy in power when you're already somewhat at odds? I don't I don't know, but it's an interesting set of questions. How do you deal with relationships where there is a discrepancy in power? And I think the answer is you build relationships where there isn't. But that's not possible in this world. That's an ideal that doesn't exist because people really do have power and other people really do not. And a lot of us have many relationships that are grossly, grossly disproportionate in terms of power dynamic. I don't know. But it's a very interesting case study, and it's a really interesting slice of the Haruhi Suzumiya puzzle. This girl is not just, oh, it's just cool and fun that she's God. It's not cool and fun. She's a child. She's still an adolescent child with her own whims, and she can, with a whim, eliminate people or destroy the world. We see the prettier, more fun things like changing a bunch of pigeons from being pigeons to being white doves. We see that the weather changes and suddenly there are cherry blossoms, and that's cool and nice. But what about if she is fucking depressed and feels terrible and feels like it should be just snowing outside and suddenly it's snowing outside and all the harvests are ruined, right? Like, she has the ability to spiral out. And that ability is very human, even if we separate her from that power that she has. A lot of times in relationships, even ones without a huge power dynamic or a power discrepancy, it can feel like pissing the other person off is the end of the world. It can feel like stepping in and preventing something that you disagree with is going to cause the end of the world, because in a lot of relationships, especially romantic relationships, it can feel like the end of the world because each person in a romantic relationship has one powerful button, and that button is we're done, right? So what do you do? Do you walk around on eggshells for your entire life? Do you just look away and look down the way that Itsuki and Tsuruya do and Nagato do as Haruhi rampages? What do you do? How do you act in this circumstance? I don't know. I really don't. And that strikes me as something missing in my like repertoire of how to deal with relationship issues. I don't know. I'm not sure. This is something that I have to think about. Um, I'd love other people's input on it, but it's scary, like deeply scary in a way to me, because something about it strikes home, strikes a chord with me. I think the worst relationships that I've had, the ones that have gone furthest off the deep end, were ones where somebody in that relationship had some degree of nuclear option power and was willing to use it if you pissed them off. That's how it was with my father. And his nuclear option was, of course, you're out, go, bye. Um, huh. This is a scary episode in a very interesting, very strange way. And I think that the way that that whole scene plays out, the direction around it, the framing of it is really excellent. I actually want to go and look at who is listed as the episode director for this episode. So give me a second to find that on ANN. So this equates to episode 23. So it's Yasuhiro Takemoto on the screenplay and Noriyuki Kitanohara on the storyboard, and Noriyuki Kitanohara on the episode direction, who, of course, we've seen as a prime episode director on pretty much all of the KyoAni things. He was 8 on Hibike 2, 9 on Hibike 1, bunch of Kyokai no Kanata, bunch of Free, bunch of Full Metal Panic, bunch of other things. Okay, that makes sense. That whole sequence is really well done and really scary. It feels like it's right on the edge of escalating way too far, and it almost does with physical violence, right? But damn. But damn. And the way we don't really like talk through it and overcome it, right? He just goes to Haruhi and says, "We're gonna make the thing," and she goes back to being Genki. I do love this little moment where he pulls the door open and she's testing out her hair in a ponytail again, calling back to what he says about her hair, how he likes it in the ponytail. What a spooky episode. I think that this kind of interpersonal scare is so much scarier than most like movie monsters and stuff. It's so rough because it feels real and it feels possible and it feels like I could really be in that situation. And I recognize that if I were in that situation, I don't know what I would do. Um, which means that I would probably either default to nothing or to leaving, and neither of those solve the problem. So this is something that I genuinely have to go and investigate. Um, what do you do when somebody who has power over you or power over the people around them is acting in a way that is abusive and you want to stop it? How do you tell them to stop when the chances that they could destroy you and destroy the person that you're trying to help and destroy everything? Do you just have to do it anyway? I think you do morally. I think you do. But like rationally and reasonably in world, what do you do? I guess you just have to make peace with the fact that you can be destroyed by people who are unreasonable. That's terrifying. That's a terrifying thought, right? Sometimes there aren't answers. Sometimes there aren't solutions that work and fix everything and allow us to communicate and make everything better. It's terrifying. I'm genuinely shook by this episode. Weird. Did not expect that from a Haruhi episode. Okay, I'm gonna call it there for this one, and then we're gonna move on to the next episode. I'll take a breaky thingy, do a syncy thingy, and be back in a moment for episode 14 of season 2 of Haruhi Suzumiya. Peace. All right, welcome back. We're good to go for Haruhi season 2, episode 14. Let's get right into it. Beep beep timer. Hmm. That is a lot of cats. None of them are black. Damn. Spray paint it. Spray paint the cat. God damn it. Stop. God, Jesus. Again, no OP, huh? Nah. Fully no caring. Pew. Uh-huh. What? Well. Mm-hmm. What? You ever try to teach cats tricks? It's rough. Still in her own world. Everything's going great for Haruhi. Do not touch me, human. 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 Cease touching my... ha. Forgot that it actually talks. Right, also impossible. Interesting. Well, you are asking us philosophical questions now, so I think you are actually doing it. Yeah. Certainly. Yeah, it's a... They could, but Occam's Razor says you're probably talking to me, cat. Yeah. No, stop it. Stop it. The cat is talking. It is talking. Shami said, stop. Oh boy. There would become one. Yeah, she's beginning to believe. Uh-oh. We did it in post. Terrifying. Terrifying. Right. Might be a problem. Lens placed over everything. Oh. We have to use the "it was all a dream" ending. Terrifying. Will she believe? Hmm. Hi, Shami-san. Ah, yes. Servant, you have purchased all the objects necessary for my life. I am a cat. What do you mean? Just don't talk to my sister. Thank you. Meow. Jesus. Oh, that's so weird. Yeah, those were actually people who got isekai'd from their isekai to here. Oh, all right. All right. So not a letter of love confession? Damn it. Damn it, had my hopes up. Bye, now. Okay. Interesting. Switching timelines. Hmm. Don't trust Koizumi, hey? I mean, we've seen enough evidence to believe that it's possible. Have always existed in this world. Hmm. Contradictions. Seems pretty likely that he is, but okay. But you don't lie, Nagato. Yeah, can't prove it. Gotta believe what you believe. And maybe what you believe changes what is true. Yeah, that's a real battle for some real reality going. Hmm. How did that happen? Jesus. Uh, Weird. Ultra weird. Double, triple, ultra weird. Hello, Shami-san. Ah, yes, watching the news. Dawa! Dawa! Hi. This isn't ominous at all. That's terrifying. We gotta wrap this up. Mhm, mhm. Mhm, mhm. Seems to have something to do with him. Okay. Mhm. I don't trust you anymore. Mhm. Hmm. And you're doing the same thing. I mean, that may be so, but also Asahina seems pretty legit. Just a joke, eh? You're a hard one to figure out, weirdo. How? Editing. Editing. Uh-huh. Mhm, mhm, mhm. The lip match. Hmm. Voiceover. Oh? Ooh. Well, that's weird. First thing in the morning, the day after filming finishes. Holy shit, what a job. Not gonna happen. But you can believe. Yeah. Okay. Whee! Woo! Indeed. Haruhi. Haruhi. Well, everybody. Everybody, mostly. Go, go, do your class play. Hmm. Not gonna happen. Zero chance. Less than zero chance. Of course. Of course. Grr. What? Uh. Uh. Aw. Good, honestly, good. Ugh. Fucking keyboard face. I didn't put that in. Wait a second. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Mm-hmm. Certainly. Yeah, it was Tsuruya. Ohio. Of course. Uh-huh. Feature length? I hope not. That's a lot of time. Snap to the ending of the first episode with her standing up as brigade chief and ultra director. Right. Uh-huh. Whoops. Oh, they got isekai pulled here. What the fuck did we just... They're all wearing glasses. Right, no relation to anything real. Just getting her to say that. Ooh, that's good. Yeah, those are all real. Woo! Yeah, really drive that point home. Very important. Darn world being too normal. Aliens, ESP, ghosts, time travelers. Really? Tell me. Impossible. Shit, she got it. She knows the only people near her. Impossible. That's too crazy. And we dissolve the problem of her finding all that stuff out by the fact that it's too obvious. I won't tell you. Integrated thought, blah, 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 whatever. You're just fucking with me. Of course. Of course. Mm-hmm. The nodding, the nodding. Mm-hmm. It worked. Suspicions dissolved. Did she just drink his coffee too? Wonderful. Bye. God, I can hear it. I can hear the and that's Fiend. That's the end. That's the whole end. So we get some weirdness around gotta prevent her from actually thinking that this movie is reality and the continuous weirdness that's going on. I really love the dudes from some fantasy world chasing each other around for some kind of orb. It's wonderful. The whole confession sequence that is not a confession sequence, and then Mikuru runs back and seeds some weird doubt in our mind. Yuki doing the same, some great composition and stuff. Just the quick one-off shots of like, oh, the guns start firing real guns, and weird projectiles come out of Mikuru's eyes, and Cat is still talking, and everything is crazy. Really interesting. We see Itsuki at some sort of emotional low. I really don't know how to read him during this whole sequence because he says a bunch of stuff that's explicitly not true, and then a bunch of stuff that is true, and he mixes it all together in a way that makes Kyon really uncertain, and I don't know what he's doing, and it's not very helpful. I also don't know how to explain this shot that happens. Does Kyon actually see this? Is this what's in the sky right now? Did a fucking nebula just appear? Why? I don't know. I have no idea what to think about most of this episode. At all. No clue. But we managed to get Haruhi to say the important lines, which are that this is just a film, just a movie, has no bearing on reality. And just by having her say those, she begins to believe it, and it becomes true. It all goes back to normal. I wonder if those pigeons went back to being normal as well. I don't know. But we realize that sometimes hiding things in plain sight is the best way, and so we tell her everything, and she doesn't believe it, because why would she believe it? There's no way. It's impossible. Her common sense kicks in, and there's no chance. Hell yeah. Simple little finale thing. Now, I'm going to go look at the list of things that I was using and figure out what I've missed and what we're going to watch next time. Okay. So, Sai of Haruhi Suzumiya 1 through 5, and then Live Alive to end off season 2 as our actual finale, and Someday in the Rain, and then the Disappearance movie. Cool. I'm down. So that is precisely what we will do. So we'll do Live Alive to finish it off. Yeah, we'll do Live Alive to finish it off. Do I want to do that now? The answer is yes, I do want to do that now. So I'm going to take a breaky thingy, and I just want to knock it out. So I'm going to take a breaky thingy. This is going to be episode 12 of season 1 in broadcast order. But it works as the finale. So we'll wrap basically the storyline now. So I'm going to take a breaky thingy, do a sinky thingy, be back in a second for Live Alive, and then we'll wrap for the day. See you in a moment. Peace. All right, welcome back, and welcome back in time to season 1, episode 12, which is Live Alive, which actually chronologically is the right timing for this episode. Culture Festival. Let's go. Beep beep timer. School is completely different. All the backgrounds are completely different. Ah, indeed, must go. Oh, wow, back to the first OP. That's a cool shot. Hey. That is too specific, Nagato. Nagato, too much, too much, too much. Good things will come in your future. Are they doing Waiting for Godot? Weird. Hi, Taniguchi. Mm. 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 I love that there's actually stuff going on around in the background. It's pretty great. Oh boy. Mm-hmm. 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 That's all you get. Hmm. Well, could be good. Uh, Honestly, yes, Tsuruya. Yes. Oh, well, that's because of the service. Oh, set up for concert. Ah, shit. What a menu. Tap water is free. $4 hours later. Yep, she's energetic. Nope, just crazy on her own. Charon! Taniguchi, no. Oh my god. Oh, okay, cool, yeah, uh-huh. Uh, uh, uh-huh, uh-huh. I'm pretty sure the first time I watched this, I had a big old crush on Tsuruya. Kinda still do. Smack him in the face. Jesus. Let your worldly desires run wild. Yeah, let's not watch the movie. Yeah, okay. Mmm. Hello? Hello? You're an idiot, Taniguchi. Yeah. 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 Bye, man. You have fun. I'm gonna go enjoy the festivities. Hmm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Oh, there they go. With instruments. Throw a ring or throw away your life? Jesus. Bored and tired at a festival. Wonderful. Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Hibike's performing. And nobody cares. Pretty great cut of him moving. Pretty solid. Fully Detroit Metal City. Love it. Satsugai, say all. Oh, we got even got the pig of capitalism. Krauser! Oh. Nani? Nandayo? Everybody go! Haruhi's in a bunny girl costume on stage. Gonna sing the best song. The best song. I feel you, one dude starting to nod. Yes. It's pretty great. It's solidly better than most music-focused shows. It's kind of amazing. Out of fucking nowhere. Of course, Nagato is the ideal, precise, technical guitarist. It's pretty fucking good. It's a pretty fucking good scene. I don't know. Oof. The fuck just happened? I was in a play. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Whoop. But we are not them. Unfortunate circumstances. So we just stepped in and did a really good performance. Sweet. Cool. Not doing anything. Yeah, you done did great. Yeah, that's really impressive. Nope, we want you. So much production just focused on Haruhi's face. So much. Come on, Kyone, feel the music. Give in, Kyone. Yes. Whoosh. Hmm. Sucks. Double sucks. Bunny girl costume. Yeah. Hmm. A little bit of real compassion from Haruhi. It's an absurd proposal, but Haruhi's kind of a badass, so. Oh, you were in the Kaombo? Hey, weird. Whoa, weird. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, Yuki. Because she's fully capable of being like, oh, this is just code. This is just code. Brrr. Weird. Probably off the floor for the first time. Yep. Fun. Funda. Yep. Being a band. But she doesn't want it. It's awkward. Yep, it's great. For sure, dude. Sweet. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Doing something good for people. It's weird. Hmm. Hmm. That seems like Yuki. Eh. Hmm. Hmm. Wonder what that's all about. Yeah, totally. No girls there. Definitely has nothing to do with you sucking. You fucking suck, Taniguchi. You really suck. I'm sure it's the fault of all the girls being wrong, not you. Sup? Hmm. Hmm. But you did it. And it was great. And everybody loved it. Hmm. Hmm. Doing something nice is nice. What are you gonna say? Uh-huh, uh-huh. Classic Haruhi. You goober. Please no. Oh no. Oh god. Don't rope me into something stupid. No. That's doable. Yeah, she could probably manage that. Okay, that's cruel. It's a great cut though. Please no. No movie sequels. She's insane, man. Run. Running time. You're stuck. You missed your chance to run. You missed your chance. I am worried. I am worried. And off goes Haruhi being Haruhi. But excited and happy about specific things in the real world. Interesting. I think it's fitting to finish with this song, with this ED. Okay, so first off, the whole God knows performance scene before we switch songs is fantastic. The unexpected energy of it is really wonderful, and again, I mean, it's unexpected and kind of a fucking blast. It's all sort of set up in bits and pieces in the background. We see things going on throughout all of the background sequences as Kyon is just wandering, tired through this whole thing. We see some of it happening back here in that conversation, and some out the window and in other places, and it's really kind of great. I love this cut of Tsuruya. Here she leans in too close, removes the hand, we cut to it, and it's in motion already. Bam, boom, wham, to the hands on hips. It's so good. And then whatever his name, not Taniguchi, the other one, is just blushing the entire time. Taniguchi's face as we see Asahina is just amazing. It's just so solid. And overall, as usual, this is a great cultural festival from KyoAni. They put on such a show every time. And we see it in all of their high school shows because it's a classic thing. There are also so many ridiculous things going on, like the dude who walks by here in like a wrestler costume or something. I don't know. Taniguchi being a weirdo, but all of it is colored by this energy of Kyon having just pulled an all-nighter, and it manages to actually feel that way up until we get into the concert hall and we see Haruhi up on stage, right? And then suddenly we're snapped out of it into something magical and something interesting. I don't know exactly what it is about the God knows sequence that is just so embedded into the anime watching collective consciousness, but it does it to me too. Something about this whole sequence is really excellent. There's a moment where the drummer looks up at the people cheering and smiles at it, and it strikes a chord with me. It does something to my heart. I don't know. The whole thing is really cool. the actual animation around them singing and playing the instruments is fantastic. Again, better than most idol shows or music focused shows. Just KyoAni putting on a kind of a clinic on how to do performances like that, which we would of course see similarly in certain other shows like Hibike and K-On, where they just take the ability to nail concert performances as an experiential thing that they can produce in animation, and make them really fantastic. I just got a text asking me to open the door, so I'm gonna go do that. Roommate's locked out. Gotta fix it. The crazy metal squad, all of the little elements are really fun, but it's the big things, man. It's the big performance that really just nails it. The feeling of it, the conversation with Haruhi at the end, her way of explaining what's going on, and the way that she does it. She's so obviously not used to people appreciating her, as he says, and not used to doing things that would be appreciated. and then and then this little cute conversation where they talk it through, and Haruhi snaps back into herself with a new performance. Also, the little cut where she imitates Asahina doing a tambourine is super good. I like it a lot. So ridiculous. This is a really nice, sweet, simple episode that I like a lot. It's also very interesting to snap back to season 1 from season 2, because while the production is still excellent, the backgrounds look different, the character designs are a little bit different, the lighting is a little bit different. Everything's just a little bit off. And not worse necessarily, just a little bit different. And that's very interesting to me. But the God knows sequence is such a thing as part of anime. How expressive the characters are through it, the way that Haruhi starts sweating halfway through the song, the little moments where she's screaming and little bits of spittle as a serious singer. It's really cool, and the choice of the white background and how we frame pretty much everything at an angle that would be from Haruhi, and then we frame Haruhi mostly straight on, so that she's whited out on this background, makes this like hers in a really fascinating way. I like it a lot. I really like it a lot. I also love that we don't play through the entire second song, which allows the first song to keep its place as being the better song, because they know that it's the better song, and it is. It's just a cute episode. It's a cute episode that it nails a bunch of the goodness of Haruhi, and that's very necessary after the end of the movie arc, where a lot of not so fun things happen. A lot of kind of darkness happens. Okay. Thus ends pretty much all of the run of Haruhi Suzumiya as a TV series. It's an interesting one, and I don't know what I've learned from doing this process. I've learned that a lot of Haruhi stands up. A lot of it is still really interesting. I've learned that I do not ever want to watch the E8 ever again. But a lot of Haruhi withstands the test of time really stellarly, really excellently. The character interactions, the general writing, the snappiness of it, the general production, especially when it comes to little moments of character animation and expression and conveyance of what our characters are feeling in a particular moment, are really excellent. There are also some flaws, some significant issues with Haruhi. The ideas don't super go anywhere. The characters and their interactions, while they're very interesting, sometimes are a little bit thin. When we get, like, if we get out of the bullseye of just Haruhi and Kyon and a little bit of Asahina, a little bit of Koizumi, a little bit of Nagato, things get pretty fuzzy outside of that in terms of what the world is, and that's all totally fine. But it's not quite as fleshed out as I feel that it is, and that's a weird thing to realize, I suppose. Regardless, it is a show that is filled with creative ideas and then creative execution of ideas presented, which is the important thing in an adaptation. How do you execute the ideas that are present in a way that expresses them to their fullest within a new medium? And I think Haruhi does a really good job as a series of doing that. I like Haruhi's character a lot less than I thought I did. There are problems with her that maybe I, as a more grown up person, find unnerving and unsettling, and maybe didn't when I first saw this, the first couple times that I saw this. I definitely know that when I was younger, I was a lot more enamored with Haruhi, and now I see a lot of little bits of toxic and venomous behavior from her that are a little bit off-putting. But it all brings it around to the idea that these are adolescents, these are people with a lot of growing to do, and the whole point is to be there for the people who need growing when they're needing the growing. It's an interesting show that obviously takes a place in anime and has a place of importance to a lot of people, self included. And it's been really interesting to go back through it and watch it again and experience it again, with fresher eyes and more of a keen eye toward what's going on that makes it seem so good and whether those things hold up. A lot of them do. The fact that there are so many episodes that are just random interesting things that actually end up being interesting and fascinating and fun. The way that the mystery of what's going on around Haruhi unfolds, even knowing the answers to the mystery, watching them unfold is really interesting and really cool. I like a lot of this show, and I think a lot of it holds up in a really fantastic way. Cool. Well, there's one major thing left, which is the Disappearance film, one of the probably best anime films in existence, and I'm super looking forward to it. There's also the single episode Someday in the Rain, which I'm going to have to watch at some point before the movie, but I'm not sure when I'm going to do that. Regardless, next week we're going to watch some combination of those, and that'll be that, and we'll be done with Haruhi. For now, I've been Teeaboo. This has been the end of season 2, mixed up order, whatever, of Haruhi Suzumiya. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and I hope to catch you next week when we watch the movie and stuff. See you there. Peace.